Those are the days, and I don't miss those days. I've got everything in here now. Because when I used to change songs, I used to have a sheet of paper with the settings, I had a flashlight in my mouth. And now I go next. Okay. But all the sounds are exactly the sounds we used to use, but they've all been digitized. So I had to buy all the synths back because when we started again in 2006, we'd kind of either lost our synths or they were broken. Even the very original micro preset that's in a museum in Liverpool doesn't work.
Okay.
So I had to find all these synths again. So eBay.
You pay
So,
to pay the license?
I had to what?
To pay the license?
I had to re-
Parce que
yeah,
c'est sans
I had
anniversaire à la fin du
to
mois.
refine the
To
sound.
refine, okay. That's
Yeah, on the old synths. So there was one night, the
pour
very
ça.
original synth like
C'est à la fin du 7 février, je crois, c'est son anniversaire. Alors, je vais lui dire avant.
All the early songs used the same synthesizer. It's a really rare chord synthesizer. It's like Messages. All of those, they were all the same synth, so I needed that back. So I found one on eBay. I waited for months and months and found one on eBay. And so I was bidding away, and there was another guy bidding against me. And I was getting higher and higher and higher. And I won it. And I phoned up Andy. It was late at night. I said, Andy, guess what? I've got as a micro preset. He said, guess what? I just lost one. He was bidding against me. I could have got it so much cheaper. But so when I got all these synths, you just find the sound and then play the note in. And record it in. So I just do all the notes that I need, But this also is I run the whole show from here. You see there's a play and a stop button. There's two more laptops there that are running sequences. Okay. So for instance, like Messages, if I start here, running that, and that's sending also a click track to Stuart. So he is hearing to stay in time. Yeah. And this thing here, that's a code that goes to the lighting desk, and that runs all these videos, so that we all stay in time, so that the videos stay in time and the lights stay in time with everything we do. So, I mean, the technology today is really fantastic. So, but it took me about 4 months really to get all the sounds back, because not only did I have to do mine, I had to do Martin's as well, because he obviously plays different things to me. So I had to do it twice. But finding all these sounds is really hard. And there's things like in the mid '80s we had we bought the first computer synthesizer ever called the Fairlight, and it was about 40,000 euros. To buy. It was insane. Yeah, so expensive. And I remember when we bought it, I went round to Andy's house, and his mum answered the door. And she said, "I can't believe you spent 40,000 on a computer. I've just put my house on sale for that amount of money. It's the price of a house. What are you thinking?" But we got 4 albums out of it, and it was a really inspirational thing. But I couldn't. We didn't have that either. So I emailed all my musician friends to ask, where can I get hold of a Fairlight? And one emailed me back saying, go to the Apple App Store. There's an app on there, the Fairlight, $49. $49, and it's as good as it's exactly the same as the original. But it meant I could even things like locomotive. These big drums you can't find anywhere. Other than but these are so processed that I tried getting real steel drums and nothing sounded the same because they were so computerized and processed. I needed them to sound like a record, So I needed that because songs are like time capsules. They capture moments of your life. So when I go and see a band, like I go see Kraftwerk, let's say.
Yeah.
I want Kraftwerk to sound like the record, as close as I can, because then you time travel. You know. I remember I went to see Kraftwerk at the Royal Albert Hall with Andy, and they did Radioactivity, the whole album, and that was like it was like the blueprint for OMD, that album. And we you know, halfway through we're shaking each other because we were like, well, back in my mum's back room in the 70s, you know, reliving our youth. And so, you know, it's important to us when we see a band that they sound like as close to the record as you can. So that's what we try to do. So we put a lot of effort into finding all the very original sounds. You know. But I mean, there's things like...
What are your main influences when you were young?
Influences? I can name them on one hand, really. There's Kraftwerk, Neu, La Dusseldorf, David Bowie, Velvet Underground. That was it. Maybe some Roxy Music.
Okay.
So maybe 6. But that was it. But you know, in those days, you know, music was seen differently then. It was the only thing in your youth that was like, you know, kids today, they've got video games, they've got YouTube, they've got computers, phones, all of these things to entertain them. When we were kids, it was just music. It was the only thing, and it defined you as a person. You know, you had to have the right haircut to go with the right clothes, to the right shoes for the music. You know? I mean, now it's completely different, but it kind of defined you as a person. And I think the fact that we had very little influence, small amount of influence, has really helped us sort of define our sound. I mean, basically, we wanted to be Kraftwerk and United Kids, but we had no money. Kraftwerk had all these amazing machines, and you know, I had to make stuff. I was electronics engineer as a hobby, so I used to make things. And
what kind of relations have you with Martin Gore?
I know Martin.
You are fan of Depeche Mode?
Yeah. I know Martin. I've not seen him for a while, but I used to see him a lot more when he lived in London. But he lives in Santa Barbara now. So in California. So I hardly ever see him. I used to hang around at his house.
In the early 80s, you did the opening of the gig of Depeche Mode in the early 80s.
Yeah.
In Rose Bowl, Pasadena, you
We did a whole tour of America with them. We did the 101 tour with them. And Martin and I are good friends. I've not really seen him. He's always busy with Depeche, and I'm busy with this one. And he lives in California. I live in.
Alan Wilder too. Alan Wilder is a great.
Alan Wilder, yeah. I saw Alan not long ago actually. But he's a lovely guy. But, any other questions? Oh, do you see these lights here?
Yeah.
These are because I've reached 60 now. I can't remember where everything is, so I've got everything's color coded. Because you know, in the early days I had synths all around me, and you could see visually what synth you were going to play. But you know, there's about 5 different synthesizers here in the background, but split just for the amount of notes I need. You know what I mean? So, for instance, this is if you need. So there's like a string here, and then there's choir there. Synth there, high synth here, and then Martin's backwards sax at the beginning. I keep getting him to try to play it backwards, but he can't seem. I think you have to suck instead of blow. so I can. You just have to remember where everything is. Like, have to remember where everything is and just not firing the samples, you know.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So any questions?
How do you feel now at the end of the tour of the spot? Are you tired? Are you?
It's been a long tour. I mean, we had Christmas. We had a break at Christmas, so which was nice, but it wasn't long enough because we were back out on the road. Because we basically started at the end of July. The first show was 2nd of August in California, and then we just went all the way to Christmas. I've lost count of the shows. It must be 80 something. I don't know. But it's been long.
Okay.
But great fun. But we're all getting a bit tired. So we're looking forward to a break, and then we do festivals throughout the summer, and then tour Australia at the end of the year.
And after you work on another album.
There will be another album at some point. I can't just. I
That's
can't
a good
say
news.
when.
It's
I
a
mean,
good news.
we've been just celebrating our. You know, when when the band turned 40 years, we thought let's just kind of, you know, take this opportunity to celebrate our catalogue. Because I mean, we've still kept ourselves current. Because when we got back, you know, we've done 3 new studio albums since we got back together. So it's not like we're just trading on the 80s stuff. But it's good to kind of have a period of just reflection and celebration, and then we'll move forward again.
Next tour coming in the south of France.
I want to come.
Many fans in the
I
south.
know. We used to play Nice all the time. Yeah. But there was like a big tent in Nice. What was that place called? Yeah. There was like a massive tent that we always used to play in the 80s. Anyway, should we do...
Let's do some photos and signing. So if you could have your item ready for signing, if you could have your photo, your camera ready for the photo, please hand the camera to me. And then once you've met Paul, please go to the other end of the stage. Thank you. So who's first? Have you got a camera?
Oh, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire?
Tu sors ce que tu dois faire signer.
J'ai laissé le sac. Andy, il sera là, je pense. Andy, il sera là?
Non.
Pourquoi?
Il n'était pas prévu qu'il soit là.
Il va pas signer non plus? Même par tac ou pas?
Quand tu vous déplaces,
Les saluts, elles sont déjà
oui, ils sont déjà signés. Donc,
Ils verront pas. Andy, Andy, il va pas signer.
on va faire signer les places directement.
Comment?
Les places directement.
La place.
La place de concert.
Non, Andy, il vient pas. Andy.
Non, apparemment non. Mais... Voilà, on peut signer ces deux-là.
Ouais, les places.